Before we had devices like this Raspberry Pi 2 that absolutely insults my intelligence, we had this guy. Allow me to introduce you guys to the C.H.I.P, a single board computer in its own right, by the failed company Next Thing Co. Now, at the time, this device was advertised as the world's first $9 computer, and its goal was to compete with devices like the Raspberry Pi. It was powered by the Allwinner R8, had a whopping half a gig of RAM, 4 gigabytes of storage, as well as built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And all in all, this might have been a decent $9 computer. It came with these AV ports that allowed you to plug it into your TV. Had a standard audio jack, as well as a micro USB port, 1 USB-A port, a JST connector for you to attach a speaker to, and 2 40-pin GPIOs on each side. Also, if you look carefully, there's a tiny boot and reset button right here. Next Thing Co failed in 2018, but mostly because they couldn't sustain what would be a $9 computer. But not before they scammed the public with this, the Pocket C.H.I.P, a tiny hackable chip-powered cyberdeck that folks could pre-order for about $50. It had a 4¼ inch touchscreen display, a full QWERTY keyboard made up of these squishy membrane switches, top pin GPIO, a decent lithium-ion battery, and powered by the chip itself. And although you might think it takes forever to boot, it's actually quite fast. I mean, fast compared to what's powering this damn thing. Now, this Pocket C.H.I.P has a housing for the chip, so essentially, the entire chip is a PCB that holds this. There's even room for you to attach your own small speaker. You used to be able to flash this thing with a web browser. These days, no. The process is kind of annoying, so I stick with the classic firmware. Now, this classic firmware runs Linux rather efficiently. It has a full terminal, and the terminal is kind of efficient. Password is C.H.I.P, and even had the ability to surf the web with the surf command. Although the Firefox browser is just a tad bit slow. You had your own mini synthesizer to make music on, the ability to play Pico 8 games, write documents, and browse system files. Anybody who pre-ordered this little guy got completely finessed out of their money, as selling a pocket computer that cheap wasn't sustainable for the company's profits. So they took the bread, shut down communication, and pretty much said goodbye. You might be asking yourself how I got this one. Well, the company that actually manufactured these little guys decided to sell them on eBay and other platforms to make use of them and make a quick buck. And I'm sped enough to have wanted to acquire one. Moral of the story is, don't crowdfund stupid projects.